Looking at the current major, there are obviously a lot of young talent right now playing and trying to make a name for themselves by getting as far as possible and hopefully reaching the trophy. And while watching, I asked myself a couple of questions. What is the average age of a CS2 pro player, and for how long does a career normally last? And I also asked myself, at one point, will these pro players burn out since they've been playing so many events, so many tournaments? At what point will they burn out? And stick around, because I think in the next years we will see something very dramatic. And with that said, guys, here on screen is the new giveaway for December. And stick around until the end of the video where I show you who won the last giveaway of November. And with that said, guys, now a quick word from our sponsor. With Skins Monkey, you can easily trade your CS skins just a few clicks. It's a fully automated trading platform with 24/7 live chat support and a massive inventory of skins to choose from. When you trade at least $10 worth of skins, you get up to $5 for free as a bonus. To maximize it, trade $100 and grab that extra $5 bonus. Skins Monkey also offers a 35% bonus when you use my code SHIFTERZ, and also check out their free section for awesome giveaways. Click the link below, use my code, and now back to the video. So let us come to the topic. How old is the average CS pro? And different sources say around early 20s to mid 20s, so 22 to 25. And when looking at their stats, that is also normally where they peak in performance. However, we can break this down even further into the different roles that we see in-game. So the in-game leaders, oppers, and riflers. And well, this study is a bit older, from 2022. However, it looks in the players in the HLTV top ranked teams as of the 8th of April in 2022. And here we can see some differences. So for example, as predicted, in-game leaders are usually a bit older. And that is the tendency, because they normally have to have experience of the game and understanding of the economy, which gives them more reasons to stick around and play the game. And while their fracking potential isn't as high, their in-game knowledge is the thing that is compensating for that, and the best example here would be Kerrigan. And moving over to the Opera role, and here you can clearly see that they have the least age range. And that again is understandable, because opping is a very intensive skill that you need to be sharp, and if you aren't able to hit those shots anymore, you quickly fall off. And for the last role, the riflers, as we can see here, we have a normal range, I would say, since at the end of the day, rifling is not only about reaction time but also mechanical movement. And while that can be also said for opping, I would argue that the mechanical movement for the rifles is still a bit more important than with the oppers. And since this data is a bit older, we can say that we can push these numbers a bit to the right on the graph, since, well, new talent has also come. However, the talent that we have right now has obviously become 3 years older. And now let us take a bit of a look at peak performance of star players. And again, we are looking at the same study from 2022. It is very interesting to see that at that time, the people who were considered the greats, we have Simple, Zaiwu, who at that point was just entering the scene, or better to say, entering the GOAT discussion. And then we have Nico and Device, who is now obviously older. And as you can see, his performance has already dropped off. And well, if we move forward in time to today, we can see where these players are. Simple has sadly fallen off. Yes, he's still mechanically a great player. He's playing for BC Games. However, he's in tier 2 right now. You can obviously also argue in his factor that he's been in contract jail, which made it very hard for him to continue playing in the top tier events. However, the stats show that he's not as great as before. And well, the only player that is still performing very good out of those 4 players is Zaiwu. And well, looking at his age, he is still in that peak year range. And now let us move over to the question that we're trying to figure out. When do people burn out or stop playing active? And again, we're going to look at the same study from 2022. And here we can look at how long the careers last for the players who play in the top 20. And this graph, I would say, is very interesting to see, since we have this slight drop off directly in the middle. And I think it has something to do with the transition period of a player from being a star rifler or opper to moving over to a secondary role example, they start learning, start playing, for example, becoming an in-game leader, which obviously extends the lifespan of your career. So for example, Apex from Vitality, he was an entry fragger and now he's an in-game leader. Yes, his performance has changed, however, his impact can be argued hasn't changed. And well, getting back to the point that I'm trying to say is that if a player is not able to adapt, most likely their career will start to fall off around after 5 years of playing like in the top tier professional Counter-Strike scene. And after that, they will slowly start to burn out since they aren't able to adapt and might burn out. However, if they're able to change that, they have a couple of more years. They most likely might be able to extend it to 3-4 more years, maybe even 5. And at the end of the day, it again all comes down to how good they perform or not. And to close this point off, in this year, we have seen great names that have officially stated their retirement. And most likely in the coming years, we will see a generational shift. Players like m0NESY, Kioske, Donk, Molodoy, they are a couple of names that are revolutionizing the CS Counter-Strike scene and pave way for the next greats in the ongoing conversation of who is the best player of all time. And with that said, let me know down below, when do you think players, I would say like Nico, Device, Fallen, Kerrigan will call it quits? And with that said, don't forget to check out all of the relevant links down in the description below, and don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe for more. And now I wish you good luck at the end of the video to find out who won the giveaway for November. So as mentioned right at the end of the video, we're gonna do the giveaway for the op and we're gonna figure out which video we're gonna pick. And as always, unscripted, so this is a one take video. We have 12 videos that were uploaded in November. First, we're going to use a random number generator, and then we're going to pick a comment based on, on the video. And yes, if the user has a link of the item, I can send it directly. If the user doesn't have one, I sadly have to pick another user. So without further ado, let's look for a person. Okay, so first of all, which video? It's gonna be number 12. So well, directly the newest one. And hope your Pickems are going great. The analytical approach is not going well. I do not understand. But it's still early. So let's find out. So we're gonna put it in here, add comment replies, filter duplicates, and here 5 + 6 is 11. And let's find out. We have 40 comments in total. Let's get a comment. So let's see, 3D marks. Yeah, well, you were better with this one, with the free phase, if I'm correct, or they went through, if I'm correct. Aurora, Navi, the Aurora one looks good. MAD looks also like it's going the right direction. Navi seems to be winning, and yeah, FlyQuest F to that one. And I feel you with these picks, they were absolutely shit. Okay, that made me laugh, but I'm sorry you don't have a comment there, man. Link. A trade link. I can't send you the item, so we sadly have to pick a new winner. Sick video, props for the putting in all of the effort. Thanks, man. But yeah, again, no picks. Damn, guys, pick a new winner. Come on, I kind of forgot to buy the token. Okay, well, can happen. Happened to me too, and well, you got lucky, my friend. So, you got lucky with the Neo Noir. So, my friend, enjoy the item. Once the video is up, I will release the item to you, and you will get to experience, like everyone else, that you have just won an AWP Neo Noir. Enjoy, and guys, don't forget about the giveaway for end of December, which is going to be the Deagle. Gonna put it up on screen. I like the overview of it. I like the background, the sticker combo. That's why I picked it. And yeah, and with that said, guys, don't forget to, well, enjoy the video, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Stay tuned, since I do these giveaways every month at the end of the month. So enjoy, and I will see you guys on the next one.